Okay, so I tried to learn how to knit a couple of years ago, and while I wasn't very successful, what I did learn was that patience is required and that it wasn't something I was going to be able to learn by myself. Now, had I had the book that our next guest has written, I might have actually gotten somewhere here to give us some great starter knit advice, but also some sort of advanced techniques and ideas of what is possible, is Ann McCauley. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I know you just flew in, but you are a Bedford girl, so you're adjusting very quickly.
Yes.
Well, let's talk a little bit. I really kind of want to go to the beginning very quickly because what we're getting ready to see are beautiful pieces. But for anyone who maybe gets inspired but doesn't know how to knit at all, where should someone start?
Knitting it's traditionally been passed on orally, so finding someone that you know who knits. There are many knitting groups, even locally. Bedford, Virginia Knitters brought me here for this weekend along with the Old Liberty Fiber Festival, and those are fabulous groups and events. Your local yarn shop. There's lots of online help and support if you need that. And you're right, patience is required, but it also kind of forces us to be in the present. To pay attention.
Yes, you definitely need to pay attention to these.
My niche in knitting is really solid color, smooth yarn, creating the texture with the stitches, so cables, ribbings.
I want to show this one in particular because this is a jumper, and I would have never thought to knit or that knitting a jumper is possible. And you have a jacket that actually comes with this, but you really have a lot of different patterns, a lot of different finishes, if you will. What's the word I'm looking for?
Details.
Details. That's a good word. And there's a jacket that comes with that, and then you also have what you're wearing. You made as well. Then you also have something like this that is, and again, some of the pictures that we're seeing are just beautiful pieces. What got you started into knitting?
I'm not good at waiting, so I discovered I could eliminate waiting from my life if I had my knitting with me. Even when you have like one extra minute, you know, you can do a row. I was in the performing arts, and there was a lot of waiting involved, you know, tech rehearsals, stuff like that.
So instead of waiting, you just picked up the yarn and the needles, and there you went. And then as a result, eventually you came to a couple of books. You have a couple of books here that folks will be able to get a hold of. But they're different styles of knitting, what's the word I'm looking for? So like, for example, this is the Pleasures of Knitting. So this is feminine sweaters, and this one, separates. Twin sets, so two-piece sets.
Updating the concept, so it's expanded to include more than the traditional combination of a cardigan and a shell. Okay.
So really, once we start and once we learn how to do the very basics of knitting, we could eventually get to...
Easily. Practice. Start with scarves. Then start learning how to shape, which is increase and decrease. Once you know how to knit and purl, you really know everything. It's just manipulating that. Theme and variations. Okay.
Well, I want to give the folks, because you're doing an event on Saturday that may give folks an opportunity to come and maybe start and talk to you and get advice. Sweater Skills and Tempting Textures is an event that is taking place in Bedford at the Bauer Center. She'll also be doing a book signing, and there'll be a trunk show and a chat. 540-583-0427, and again, that's on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoyed having you.